Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 222 of Keeping It Real. I'm your host, jackkadis. Before we get into anything exciting, I want to tell you that you could be the very first sponsor of this show. Please get in touch with me about that. Moving on, I want to just tell you quickly how we do this show. It comes out at 7:15 Eastern Standard Time, 7:15 a.m., not p.m., every single day. It's 1 hour long, and in episodes like this, when I'm alone but not alone, you see Griffin here mirrored to the right of me. However, he's busy doing his thing, and I'm busy doing mine. Hopefully, we'll be privileged enough to have him come in and give some thoughts, join a conversation, and just do whatever it is Griffin does. But until then, I'll stick to my normal routine, which is 3 20-minute long segments. The first segment, I do my best to keep it real. The second segment, we talk about real-world events, whatever's happening, whatever's going to happen, whatever we need to commentate, provide commentary on. And then the third segment, it's just a bit of a philosophy dump and a good ending note to the episode. So let's jump in. Lately, I've been feeling very sexy. I'm not sure if anyone can relate to this, but sometimes I just feel like I'm very like the fat of my face is melting away. I'm very handsome in the right lighting, and like my stomach fat is going down, and like I also feel very strong. It coincides with feeling very strong. I've been walking a lot, and I have been eating very well. Sleep could be better, but I am sleeping. I know a couple people who will stay up for like 48 hours straight, and that just could never be me. I get sleep every night, even if it's just 4 hours. I do sleep. And I feel good. And I'm looking forward to feeling even better. I've really been grasping for attention on Instagram, extremely intentionally. And I hope that... I don't know what I hope. I think what I want to admit is that I'm really enjoying it. There's no real objective. And you know, from an outsider's point of view, or just for an easy to explain, for the sake of this might being easy to explain, like just so I can say a combination of words to make you nod your head and then we can move on. I could say like, oh, well, my goal is to blow up, get a ton of views, and profit, and have my face everywhere, and be connected to all these people and all. But I don't think that that's necessarily what I'm going for. I think what I really like is this feeling of uncertainty, feeling uncomfortable. I like slowly pushing that line forward just a little bit more of sort of what in terms of what Jack's capable of sharing publicly. And you might be saying like that's not a line. Like that's not a line that you can push. And I get that. I'm trying to explain it better. It's kind of like, how do I explain this? It's kind of like I don't know how to explain it without explaining tons of other things. And then that's how you know that you really got to think about how to explain. Because the truth of the matter is, I think I just desperately want to be seen. I want to be notable. And that's maybe uncomfortable to admit, because there's a certain peace that comes with sticking to yourself, because at the very least, no one can call you like an egomaniac. No one can call you like a narcissist or a crazy person. And it's like, I know in my heart of hearts that I'm not those things. I can be those things momentarily, like we all can. These words, these descriptors wouldn't exist if people didn't fit them from time to time. I don't believe anyone fits the character, fits a lifelong, always on psychopath. I don't think that's actually a real thing. I think we're all human beings, and I think that we all display emotion naturally and normally, and we do this in a way that is socially acceptable, maybe. So sometimes someone might be angry, but in a different setting and in a different way than is what is normally observed by those around him. And that kind of thing can really be blown out of proportion with big words and big labels. People can say he's crazy. They might send him to jail. And it's important that we have these rules and laws in place, But it's also important that we think about why they're there and we think about who we are as people. Because I can sit here all day long and tell you, oh, I want to be a good person. I want to do what's right. But do I even really understand what I'm saying when I say that? And I don't know if I just don't know necessarily if I do. So I think I just absolutely cooked right there. Sometimes I say things that I'm like, dang, that was really good. And I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't, if I ever feel that way, I should bite my tongue and not say that, because who looks like more, like who looks like the better basketball player? The one that scores the dunk and doesn't say nothing, or the one that slam dunks it and says, did you see that? I've never done that before. But then the question also comes into play, what am I denying myself if I deny myself the ability to freely think my thoughts? And am I trying to deny myself a certain way of thinking? Maybe. Or maybe I'm trying to think a certain way, and to do that, I try to stray away from other thoughts. The truth is, it's very inefficient to have done something and then commentate on what you've done, in my opinion. Especially in this case where I've thought something, then said it, and then thought and said, I shouldn't have thought or said what I just thought and said. Because the biggest way to remember something is to repeat it. And the biggest way to have something be something is to do it more than once. And I think we forget that as people, because I think sometimes we think, like, with all these computers and all this advancement, that it has taken generations of hardship and death and trial and error, and more than just a lifetime, a generation, generations, lifetimes to figure out. We often think that we are actually more, we're less prone to mistakes than we actually are. I think that. And you hear that all the time, right? Like, oh, humans make mistakes, and it's great advice, but it's just like saying, do the right thing. Like, do you even really understand what you're saying when you say humans make mistakes or do the right thing? I think I'd like to remind myself in this moment that I'm seriously imperfect, and I make a lot of mistakes. And maybe this like path of thinking right now where I'm like, I think I'm onto something. My Instagram views are up. The podcast is streamlined. I'm about to start school. My most viewed podcast ever, most viewed video ever, featuring a good friend of mine, Zach Perry. We might do another one soon. And it's like, this is so exciting. But am I making a mistake? I don't know. But could I know? Maybe. And what kind of person decides they're making a mistake as they're making it? That's like the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my life. Like, do you ever, and like, you hear that kind of thing. You do. If you go down to Skid Row, you'll hear people, some people don't give a damn. And some people say, yeah, I know that I'm messing my life up. Like, while they're taking another hit of crystal meth, they'll say, dang, I'm messing my life up. And it's like this weird fallacy. It's like this weird fallacy and this disconnect between words and actions. And I won't sit here and say that I don't have the exact same disconnect. I just happen to not have crystal meth as a hobby. Like, it's a phenomenon. It's a phenomenon. I wonder how this is gonna be edited. Hopefully Griffin can stay on the left side of his screen for the entirety of the episode. So anyway, back to I'm supposed to be keeping it real here, not talking to you about the state of my social media adventure. Honestly, that's something that I was supposed to reserve for. I moved my daily movies. Where I'm, have total freedom. There is no rules in my daily movies. My daily movies is completely up to me to do whatever it is that I desire at all times, and I need to keep that. It needs to stay daily. It's very important to me. I moved it. It got moved to a different channel at JLK Show. And that was for the prosperity and success of both formats individually. This podcast, I think, is emphasized more and it means more when it's the only video that gets posted to this channel every day. Of course, aside from short form clips. I think in the same light, daily movies will mean more when it is apparent that the channel is completely there to serve them. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what channels are. When you think of a channel on a map, it's a body of water that... Are channels man-made? I think they can be. But channels, they serve purposes. You know, there's many of them to move different bodies of water different places. And I think it makes a lot of sense. And it's one of those things that like I feel very proud of decision-wise for me to have multiple channels. Because I think you know, it was ridiculous. I think that, you know, a multi-channels, you know, a second channel, a second YouTube channel, like that used to be a big thing that would happen. People would split off into second channels. Like this is less effort stuff. This is more effort stuff. But I have 3 channels, and across all of social media, I have 9 channels. And I see that number growing, to be completely honest with you, because I think that distribution-wise, there's a lot more to be done. Channels they come at no expense. They come at no cost. They simply open the door and give you more space to create more. And I'm going slow, and I'm going slow on purpose because I think big jumps in the quantity of what you create can often create lots of instability. It's important to climb slowly. I saw completely changing the subject. I saw this girl that I'd asked on a date once, and she's from a small, I think she's from a small town. I would imagine. I don't know. I'm just kind of making things up in my mind so that I feel good about not, you know, going and banging down her door. I saw her walking with who must be her boyfriend. And the guy's really tall. And so I think, yeah, checks. I'm not that tall. Just want to say that. I don't know why. I just wanted to say that. I thought of it. I thought this is good keeping it real stuff. And we used to talk about this kind of stuff all the time. I'm keeping it real. And it's important that I acknowledge that and say, I wish I was that tall. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. I don't know what it is that I'm thinking or what's going on. All things gone well. I could be done and wrapped with today's work before midnight, reasonably. I have work at 3 p.m. tomorrow, and I have work at 3 p.m. for the next 5-6 days consecutively. I think it could be a very big deal for me to get ahead of this to where I'm doing this before work. I think that could be such a massive deal, and it should be really, it's like such a huge step that I put off for so long, and I've just prioritized other things. But with school coming up, it's funny how, let me explain this thing to you. You would think here's like a big difference in me leading up to school now versus me leading up to school in past. Because in past, I've always dropped my classes. In past, I've ran away. I haven't run away. I just, it's just, in past, I haven't been able to stick with the commitment and responsibility that is school. I just haven't. But through the encouragement of one of my parents and through, let's get this off the screen. Through the encouragement of one of my parents and through the belief that there's nothing bad to ever come from hard work, wow, it's kind of crazy. That's actually insane. How is it that it's that little latency? Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Nothing bad can come from hard work is something that I think I've made enough mistakes to say confidently I know, at least for the time being. And school is a lot of hard work. And I also think nothing bad can come from taking on a challenge that's too big for you. because there's no such thing. And leading up to school, I have these two disciplines in my life. I have technically three. I've even opened a third discipline, which really goes along with my narrative here. I have work. I make sandwiches at Jersey Mike's. I make videos on YouTube, and social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify, and sometimes Snapchat. Daily, very consistently, with a certain standard for quality. I mean, we don't bend on the 1 hour rule. These episodes are 1 hour and they stay 1 hour and they come out at 7:15 a.m. They all have a title. They all have a thumbnail. Going forward, they're all going to have what you see below right here. You can see if you, I don't know if you're listening to me and your phone's in your pocket or what's your situation, but if you open the YouTube application, I would assume you're on a phone based on my viewer statistics. You could see that this video is divided up into chapters. That's a new feature, and it's going to stay. What we do here is we try to move up and innovate and up the quality and make it a better show in a way that we can stay consistent, and doesn't mess up the flow of every single day. There are certain core values that this show has, hour-long episodes every day that we really want to stick to and be firm on, because in the long run, it will set us apart from others. People will say, well, no one does it like him. And that's for good reason, because, when that time comes, he being me will say, well, listen, I've been doing it for a long time. Practice makes perfect. I'll never be perfect. What I'm saying here is, in previous years, not only have I not had three disciplines, but I don't even think that I've had one. Matter of fact, the most recent semester of school that I did complete, mind you, I got all A's and B's. I did have a discipline, and that was a relationship. I was in a relationship with a lovely girl who, it's been, I think, coming up on 2 years now since we very first met, and we don't speak anymore. And I think that sometimes that's just the way these things go. I really want to push. I think there's going to be a relationship sometime in my future. I can't say near or far, but it is something that I care for, and it's a discipline that I'd like to. I don't mean to look. I'm gonna go. I don't want to talk. This is like a whole different egg to crack, and maybe we'll get into it. But I just want to finish this point before I get into it. And the point that I'm trying to make is simply, for whatever reason, I feel more confident and more able going into school, knowing that I work hard in other areas, whereas I used to find this sense of confidence from the fact that I had spent all this time resting and all this time with nothing on my plate. So it should be super easy to pick up a new discipline and rock it out, ace it, get all A's. That doesn't make any sense. And, you are probably like, of course that doesn't make any sense. But I don't know how to put it into words necessarily. My thought patterns and processes and, how I've gone into these past semesters that I've ended up dropping my classes, I just haven't been able to grasp that. And I just spend day after day doing nothing. And it's a lot deeper than that, spending day after day doing nothing. It's a lot deeper than, to go to school or not to school. It's very much like the existential nature of being alive. Like, I really struggle with, like, who am I all the time? And it's hard. I mean, it's a miracle that this is happening. It is a miracle that there's a camera in my face and I do this. Like, it's a miracle. I seriously, every single day, wonder how it's possible for me to have done this. It does not add up. But moving on, I would love to jump into my previous relationship and how I will carry what I've learned into my next. But this is the end of the first segment. Maybe tomorrow, we'll have to wait and see. I'd like to give a brief call out to anyone that may or may not be interested in sponsoring this show. I have given out my first interest to a potential sponsor. As of yesterday, through social media, I found a page called Metal Jug or something like that. And their idea is extremely capitalistic and genius, mind you. I think it has the potential to print money, and I think many other people think the exact same. Hence why they've gained 1,000 followers in just a week or so, I believe. You know, you have metal thermoses. You have these, they come in all shapes and sizes. They insulate well. They're very expensive. And people buy them. I mean, there's a big market for these things. Well, they're creating a bit of a novelty one. Their idea is people take gallon jugs of water to the milk all the time. And you can picture a plastic gallon jug. They're disposable. And they say, why don't we make it out of metal? And it's like, that's a genius idea. That, my friend, is a genius idea. So I sent them a DM and they didn't get back to me. I don't think that they will, to be honest. Starting something can be very, very hard and very overwhelming. And especially when you get a lot of attention right out of the gate and confirmation that your idea is good to begin with, I mean, that can set you up for failure. And I really hope that they can push through all these obstacles because there's going to be a lot. There's going to be a lot. I have experience when it comes to inflated numbers. When I started this podcast, these episodes were getting 1,000 views per. And when I, eventually couldn't keep that up, I wrestled with and still do wrestle with the thought of this being a failure. Because, you think of success and you think of progress, and it should be like every episode, if not every episode, on average, monthly, your views and your audience should be slowly increasing. And when the numbers don't show that story, you start to think, well, maybe it's best if I just start all over. And before you start all over, you have to quit. So then you start thinking, maybe I should just quit. No way. So if the jug people are watching, the metal jug people are watching, this is my advice for your potential company. I saw that you guys were opening a website today. I saw your CAD designs that you were outsourcing. Scrap the CAD design. I think it's much too complicated. I think there are no fabrication shops in the United States that could do this even remotely close to the price point that your consumers would purchase at. I think that even in China, you're going to have a very hard time finding a factory that can produce this metal jug. Because people like templates, they like molds, they like things that are easily repeatable, and you would need to put in a heavy front end investment to achieve all of this starting infrastructure that it would take to actually, profit in the way that I think this idea has the potential to. I would try to get as close as you can to the plastic jug that is metal whilst making it as easy as possible to produce. And I really want to stress those 2 points because it's complex to even have 1 point. And your 1 point is, this is the idea metal jug. You generated an AI image for it. Everybody thought it was sweet. Bang, 1,000 followers on Instagram. Things feel alive. I want to add an idea here. And I want to keep it just these 2 ideas. Because I noticed today what you guys posted was you guys were going on a run in the morning. And I don't think you guys understand how uninterested anybody is in who you are. Your face, your voice. That's not what people are buying here. The idea is just that damn good that I can't think of your names, even though I know they're in your bio of the company Instagram. I can't think of your faces. I think there's maybe 2 of you, could be 3, 4, 5. I don't know, maybe just 1 of you. I genuinely cannot remember because it didn't matter to me. I saw that AI image that you generated of this idea, this metal jug. And that's what hooked me. And it's safe to say if it hooked me, that's what hooked everyone else. And the attention you're getting, it might feel like people are interested in you because there might be a certain couple people that are actually interested in you as your person, your story. But this is not what the company's about. Not what it's about. It's about the Metal Jug. So no more posting that you're going on runs. Go on the run. The run is fantastic. The run is good for you. It's good for your company. It's good for everybody. It's bad for the Instagram page. And you might say, what do I know? They gained more followers than I have, and it's taken me, I don't know, 7 years, and they surpassed me. Everything they post, running or not, whatever it is, better than everything I do. But, a guy can still give his advice. I would keep these things in mind. Here's the first goal, making this thing a reality. And so every other goal, running can be in this. Excuse me. Woo. Every other goal, and running can be in that pool. Whatever you want can be in that pool. Just has to come second to the primary objective, which is get the damn thing out, get it shipping, get it to market. I mean, Kickstarter, a website with a storyline as old as time, not the website itself, but those that post to it. Kickstarter is a place where your ideas, the money comes directly. It's not in some weird back-end form like views. It's just straight cash. You like the idea? Give them some money. And then you can have your name down on the list of one of the first people to receive the product. Do you know the percentage of Kickstarter projects that make it out of the funding phase? I mean, it is so low. If you believe in what you're doing, and you might not, you might not. Maybe what I should do is completely steal your idea. And I just might. I think it's a great idea, and I want the product. I want it badly. I think if I ordered 20 jugs and went to NC State, Carmichael Gym, I could sell them all. And I think word of mouth, if I just gave people a card with a QR code, and I wouldn't even think that far ahead, maybe a phone number. If you want a jug, you gotta text me. I'm the only person in the country that makes it. You can't find it anywhere else. That's the kind of thing where it's like, I feel like I could, you might have surpassed me in views. People like your idea. That's fine. But you're watering it down by the second. Every second that this product doesn't exist physically in people's hands. I mean, you have to think about this. I am not the only person with a brain. It's what? Who's to say someone else isn't going to steal your idea? I mean, time moves. People are going to see that you're just messing around, and two things are going to happen. They're going to stop paying attention, or they're going to go out and do it themselves. Find it themselves. This is not it's not a movie, sorry to say. Do I sound like a hater? I might. Honestly, I genuinely might sound like a hater, because it's like, just because I haven't found wild success in a year plus of doing this, does that mean I get to tell everyone it's going to be like how it is for me? No. It very well may be the reason that my DM has not been responded to is because there are plenty of other DMs of people begging to work with these guys. I think they filed patents. I think I saw. So, I might just be talking out of my ass completely. But I'm half Jewish, and being hard on people is what I do. I think there's value in it. Seriously. We lost Griffin a while ago. Not sure what the deal is with that. I wonder if that means that I'm live on his stream. We can check that momentarily. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like I am live on his stream. So, with all this being said, I don't know. I don't know. We got 10 minutes left in the real world. And the real, I guess this is the title of the episode, Metal Jugs. I don't know what's the Instagram called. I'm gonna look it up while we're live, so I can shout them out. And they can, they're not my official sponsor because they haven't agreed. I desperately wanted them to be like, yes. All they had to say was yes. But, I'm sure that their DMs are flooded. I'm sure. Jug. The handle is Jug Bottles, which is huge. 2,000 followers. They gained 800 followers overnight. I mean, jugbottles.com. Let's go to the page. Free shirt. I want a Jug t-shirt, $0. There's just no possible way that this is actually free. I must have to pay for shipping or something. Jugbottles.com. See, why are they selling, this doesn't make any sense. Why are they selling shirts? No one asked for a shirt. I want a metal bottle, like it's advertised. I see Griffin's trying to join, so when he gets in here, we'll probably break into the third segment and just have a Griffin conversation for the remainder, just because I think I've talked this to the ground, and I want to leave it off on the note that I'm a huge fan. I am a huge fan, and I hope this criticism has been nothing but constructive. I think, obviously they're doing a great job. There's a website up, and it's got a jugbottles.com. You can only imagine they probably had to purchase that. They probably had to purchase that domain. Looks like they have an LLC already, powered by Shopify. I mean, it's powered by Shopify, great company. So I've heard. You can contact them through the. I actually am going to contact them. Let's see if this one gets to them. Jackkadis. Phone 704-774-847. Comment. I am including my complete and total review of all that I have seen up until this point. 8/7/88/25. In episode 222 of Keeping It Real. I absolutely love what keep rocking. I'm going to say keep jugging. Nah, keep rocking. Submit. All right. Jug bottle email sign up. Yeah, I mean, it's just a bit like, I don't know what it is. It grabbed me. They game the algorithm. I like the idea, but it's like, where the hell is the jug? Shouldn't it be here right now? A day is going by, and I go and look at their I just went to the Instagram story, and it's just talking about selling T-shirts. Day 11 website coming today. They reposted something else, linked their website, and it's all about T-shirts. And it's like, why am I seeing T-shirts? I thought that Griffin's having technical difficulties right now trying to join that thing. Oh. Yeah, it is. So hopefully we'll have Griffin in here in a second. But moving forward, I really am going to put it into this segment because I feel like I feel like I really am just hating on these guys. Like, why would I do that? Like, it's like the more I try and compliment them, the more I'm like, well, let me just double back and give two negatives for every positive I give. But I'm not here to just be positive, Polly. Like, like, like I don't know. Like, both have. Oh, Griffin, waiting on Griffin. Um, so to move on, move forward, move towards the end. What's going on? I don't know. I was hoping Griffin would be here by now. I think he's actively taking steps to get here. It seems like an internet problem at his current location with his current phone. That guy's going to figure it out, though, because if you don't know, he's been live streaming for like over 200 days now, since January 1st, nonstop live streaming. So, I want to just make one more call to anyone interested in sponsoring. I've reached the point where I am reaching out and interested in potential sponsors. Kind of exciting, a bit of a new point. You know, it went from, okay, how about we just start holding a space for sponsors in the episodes, which is this right now, to, hey, why don't I just reach out to someone that I saw? I think this is pretty cool. Just reach out to them. I've got someone else in mind. I'll hold back on it for now. But I'd like to reach out to Ian Joseph. He has I think I just saw that he opened a physical store down in Savannah, Georgia for what's been his company for a long, long time. And I really admire that. I just make videos. I have no company yet, no revenue, no money, nothing. And it's something that I want to break into. And I think sponsorship is very much a good window. And I would love it if I could have him be my sponsor, because he's always been someone that I thought that is so cool. That is so cool. So I think I might reach out to him sometime soon. Aside from him, there's nothing that's really grabbed. He's kind of close to my age, and I think because this is the package that I'd sell him. Right, it would be completely free. He wouldn't give me a dime. It would be more so I would get the chance to practice giving a sponsor an ad read, including a sponsor spot in an episode of Keeping It Real. And I would also, just clearly benefit from the interaction. I mean, this guy makes money. I don't make a dime. I'm shooting up. And maybe the Jug guys were a bit too high of a shot for me. I wouldn't say that, to be honest. I think I could definitely shoot higher. You could always shoot higher. And I think, these things are just like, sometimes they click, sometimes not. I could shoot my shot at someone smaller than me, someone that is on day 3 of their mission to start posting to social media every day. And I could still get declined. It's just like things just don't really, it's not 1 + 1 = 2 in life. It's just a whole bunch of numbers, and you just kind of gotta. All right, Griffin will be on here in 30 seconds. So that's the end of the ad read, and now we're branching off into our third and final segment of this show. I'm supposed to be wise, give advice, and I don't know what's a guy supposed to say. Is the guy supposed to say make it so you can look at yourself and like what you see? Because dang, man, I feel like I look good right now. Is it supposed to be I don't know what is a guy supposed to say? I just don't know. I just don't know. This is what I want to start this ending segment off. And I'm full disclosure, we are completely about to be interrupted by Griffin. And I couldn't be more grateful for that to happen. I hope Griffin and I finish off the episode with just a funny conversation, laughing and joking, all that. But until that happens, I have to do my show. So what we're going to talk about today is a new habit that I've formed. A new discipline, you could even say. A mini discipline. We're trying it out, and I like how it's going so far. There is a feature in iMessage where you can pin certain people to the top. I decided to pin family members. When the feature came up, the iOS update hit, I pinned all of my immediate family members to the top of my iMessage. Mom, dad, brother. And this is great, but then a new feature came around. And the new feature was the ability to send texts later, up to 2 weeks in advance. You can schedule an iMessage text. Once you schedule that text, it is sent to the cloud, and it is only delivered to your recipient when you set that time and that date to have it be done. So, I've always toyed with the idea of what it means to be me. And a lot of the time, I think it's come down to doing what feels like the right thing to do. Even when you can't even, for the life of you, describe what right and wrong even means. So there's just something about what I do now, which is make sure every single day, everyone in my pinned section of iMessage gets a text. And there's exceptions and fun games I play, and it's all different and personalized to everyone. Mom doesn't get texts. She gets daily calls. Brothers both get texts. I started out making sure that the time was a little bit different each day and the message was a little bit different each day, but it was always greetings. Sup, yo, hello, hey, hi, yo. That stuff on repeat. Like 12:58 p.m., 2:31 p.m., 12:57 p.m., 12:59 p.m., 12:58 p.m., 12:57 p.m., 12:59 p.m. For both brothers. And then someone who I consider to be a lifelong friend. And I think, make no mistake about it, you always hear that it's, a gift and lifelong friends are happenstance and all. Well, you never hear from anyone that's had the internet for their whole life, because we are the first generation that will be old and have that. And I think what feels right, genuinely what feels right, is to take full advantage. And when I think in my head, what feels right is being someone's friend for their whole life. What does being a friend mean? Never letting them forget who you are and making sure, in association with that, they never forget that you know who they are. That's all that friendship is. Time after time, two people acknowledging one another. So, despite any of these people that I send daily text messages having read receipts, I don't actually get to know if I'm acknowledged. It's a trust thing. Now, I think I would know if I got blocked, and then it would be pretty certain that I wouldn't be acknowledged anymore. But I've been blocked, and I'm very careful in the people that I'm choosing, like my family. I don't think that they would block me, because I just don't think that they would do that. I don't think I would give them any reason to do that. But I'm really enjoying this. Now, it's like always about like finding out, boiling it down to what does it really mean for me, right? So I add on dad. And I like dad because he's always up in the early mornings. I'm not, but it doesn't matter. I can schedule these texts. And does that not mean just as much as getting up? I mean, what. Get all accounts to leave. Okay, now leave. Okay, I'm leaving the Discord. Hold on. Okay, so make sure I'm still recording. So I have no clue what is happening. Griffin is just being IT crazy right now. I text him at 6 in the morning. That's when the scheduled texts go, and it just says good morning. Because I feel like that's the kind of thing where, you know, that text over and over and again could really genuinely turn into something where it's like, I wake up and it's like, oh, I scheduled the text. It's like reaffirming, like, oh, I scheduled the text for 6 a.m. I know that I want to be up at 6 a.m. and I'm up at 6 a.m. And then I think over time, it's like it'll create the background and the backdrop, and it's the first step to doing something that I desperately want to do for me, right? It's like, of course, I'd love to do something super drastic and crazy for my dad, like start waking up early. But, you know, the only way that things stick and things matter to you, you have to do them for you first. But I can slide a text message, and that can be for dad. And it's, you know, it's part for me too. It's 50-50. I'm doing this for everybody. And then I add my friend Harris. Harris is not necessarily someone I consider, well, I don't know how to say this. Griffin is not necessarily necessarily someone that I consider to be, how do I say this? Sorry, not Griffin, Harris. It's not that I don't think he'll be a lifelong friend of mine. I just don't know. I'm not certain. Like, I'm certain my family will always be my family, and I'm certain that I'm never going to stop, you know, texting Sam and wanting to be a lifelong friend of his. Because that's, you know, simply put, when I met Sam, that was the entire intention behind ever going on those first couple runs with him. That was the entire intention behind eating with him and, you know, doing everything I could to make sure he would like me. And he could have not, but I'm lucky that he did, and he chose, you know, to be around me. That he is Harris. He's joined the party. He's in my pinned messages, and I send him a text every single day. But the text has a purpose and a point to it, further removed from only wanting to stay in touch with him, right? I'm moving to New York City in a year, and I think Harris and I would do good together in that place. I think that we would both benefit from one another, just as we both benefit one another here in Raleigh. We both bring very different and interesting viewpoints to a discussion, and I think because of this, it's important to consider him as someone that I would want to live with. And so texting him New York City every day does a lot of things for me. You know, it does a lot of things simultaneously. It's very watered down. It's very diversified as a portfolio. It's like I'm keeping Harris around, hopefully, if he wants to stay around me. I'm seeing what it's like to start to send these daily messages to someone that, you know, it's just different. It's just a different mindset, a different attitude toward the whole thing. The only commonality there is that I'm still sending the message every day. I want to go to New York City. I'm trying to manifest going to New York City in every way that I can. This is, you know, this is sort of like I found something that feels right and I enjoy doing. So, hold on. What call? Oh, hold on. Getting a call. Hold on. Hold on. I am calling Griffin now. Dang, this is crazy. Here, but sometimes like you just gotta make stuff happen, even if it's not. Oh, hello?
I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
What?
I can't hear you
I
either.
can't see you. Bruh.
Can I invite a friend to this call?
I mean, this is on. I've tried this on.
I can't hear you.
Accounts.
I can't. I don't know what you're saying.
So you can see me. I can't see you. No see.
I can't.
But I can hear. I can hear, but I can't see you. Bruh.
I can't hear you.
Hello. I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm gay. Dude.
Oh my god.
Wow, dude.
Hold on. We'll hang up on this. Okay. Yo.
Dude, this is retarded.
Do you want to just be on the phone for the last 9 minutes of the show?
Yeah, dude. I'm in disbelief. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Dude. This is on 3 different accounts. It's not even like it's on 3 different accounts on 1, 2, 3, 4 different devices. PC, MacBook, and 2 phones with 2 different services. I mean, like,
dude, what you're saying makes perfect sense to me. I tried to explain what troubleshooting was to my mom once as a kid, and it was so frustrating because she didn't understand.
Different Wi-Fi, different services, different devices, and nothing.
Like by logic, if you go through everything one by one and change things slowly, hitting every single measure of every instance, eventually you should find the problem. You have multiple ways to connect to the internet, multiple different devices, multiple mics, multiple cameras. There's no reason why this should not work. It must be my end. It must be.
No, Jack. I'm cursed. I have a technology curse, and it's true. I mean, dude, this is it.
I'm connected to Ethernet, but I'm gonna do a speed test really fast. No, I've got fast internet. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm using fucking fiber with Ethernet too.
I gotta figure out how to get the hookup like you did, because my upload sucks.
It's really not. I mean, dude, it's overhyped. It's really not. Like, I don't.
Yeah, but I went home to Charlotte. I think I don't have fiber here. That's the only difference is in Charlotte they've got fiber. My parents have fiber, and dude, my episodes would upload in like 10 minutes.
Wow, that is actually really good.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's decent. I guess I don't really have a reference now that I have. Okay.
It's usable for me, man. What's it been like for you for the past 24 hours? No way the phone call doesn't work. This is insanity. Oh my God. Oh my God. I can't call him. He's offline. What is happening?
I'm sorry, the person you are trying to reach has a voicemail. The person you are trying to reach has a voice that has not been set up yet. That has not.
He says Russia is hacking us. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. My goal tonight is to get some good sleep. Call my friend Reese right now and see if he can't. Griffin said, this is so fun with an exclamation mark. I love it in all caps and 4 exclamation.
Hello?
Bro, you've been taking the trash out for so long.
Oh, crap.
No rush. Thanks.
Yeah, I'll send it right now.
Thank you. Bye.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, join Discord. No way.
One frame. Oh. Okay.
Griffin. Hello?
Yep,
I should be able to hear you. It's probably my headphones are off.
I hear you.
I see you saying you hear me. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
I'm a slideshow.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Headphones turn
Can
on.
you hear me?
Hello? Oh, I can see it. Oh, I got you. We're on with 3 minutes left in the episode. Oh.
And I dropped my phone. I dropped my phone on the way here. I dropped it. And I had to go and search for it. I had to go back and forth and look for my phone because I dropped it off my motorcycle.
Oh, that happened to me once, and I might have had a couple drinks and I was snuck out, and it was when I had just bought my Honda Grom and I was way out near where my aunt lives.
You had a Grom?
Dude, I had 2 Groms before.
What?
Yeah, I had a blue one,
Dude,
2022. Bro, I had Keith's Grom. I bought Keith's Grom. Remember that thing?
No, he got a Grom?
You don't remember the Grom that he had? It was a special edition.
I don't think I was there. For that. I quit, bro. I quit. I think I was an early quitter because I was an early joiner. I joined early. I did my 2 years, and I went to work and I couldn't work.
I don't even know if I made it 2 years.
I know. I couldn't. I literally got there and I was just like, there's no point in me even being here because I had no motivation to. I just catch myself sitting around and I was like, bro, I'm done. And then I was a pizza delivery driver.
Dude, I can't believe that these technical difficulties. I cannot believe it.
I mean, that was I want to know the chances of everything that just happened. Ridiculous.
So do you think that you could use the method I just uncovered for your live stream VODs?
Not only do I think I could use it, bro.
Let me check. Hold on. I'll check in a minute. We'll finish this episode off civilized. I want to keep the cameras up, but then I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go check.
Well, thank you for doing that. But I don't mind. I think I'm gonna try to edit my new video on DaVinci.
Ooh. Oh. Well, that's not a free feature.
Oh, it's not.
But there is free ways to get it on the internet. It's just not through DaVinci. You just have to search for it for free. But you listen, it's all for free. It's all for free. All you don't need DaVinci to do this. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Are you serious? Oh, okay. All right.
YouTube transcribes your video. So what I want to know,
straight from YouTube.
Yeah, so I want to know what I want to know. I know YouTube. I don't see why they wouldn't. They transcribe everything. Everything at the bottom of the description, there's a button that says show transcription. And it opens up a box where the chat should be. And it shows everything that you're saying. Now, I don't know if I know you can get captions for live streams. I don't know if it records the transcriptions, but you have VODs. I just don't know if you go to one of your 10-hour-long videos, go to the description, the bottom of it, and click show transcription. If the button's there, then it's going to work. And when you're on a computer, you can copy and paste that into DeepSeek.
So is it next to download clip, save?
No.
It's in more?
No. Yes. Okay, whatever. The episode's over. This has been episode 200. Hold on. Let me look for it. Did you find it?
I don't think it is, but I wasn't really planning on using that. I was planning on downloading the videos, and then putting it into DaVinci, and DaVinci would transcribe it.
I got it. Show transcription. I have
No fucking way.
I do for yesterday, 17 hours ago, a 10-hour long transcription. I can tell you what you were saying. Look, you were saying it was solid day ships, individual ships collected. They were designated to be whales. First of all, decided that they would be sacrificial. 70
That's
ships.
YouTube video.
Yeah, so it hears that and it transcribes everything. Everything is transcribed. So what I can do is copy and paste this entire script, and the timestamps, like what I was just reading, was at the 1 hour 20-minute mark, and I can go all the way, copy paste the whole thing. Control C. I'm gonna open up DeepSeek. And I'm going to say, I'm not even going to ask it to summarize. I'm just going to give it the transcription. And somehow, I don't know how, but DeepSeek is great at taking super long stuff. So it didn't even say messages too long to send. It's loading right now, and it says, here's a concise summary of the key events from the transcript. Stream mishap and vow, a chaotic chat interaction, firework incident, artistic work, technical struggles, phone call with a friend, random tangents, errands and motorcycle repair. Oh my God, stream conclusion, key themes, chaotic energy, art focus, humor and risk, community and engagement. And now I'm going to say, I want you to give me moments that would be great for short form content viewer retention, with the timestamp and brief quote of the moment. And it's going to think for a second, bro. Here we go. All right, here we go. Number 1, I'll sleep when the design is done. Timestamp 56 to 1 minute mark. I will not be going to sleep until I have a design ready to show. Something Andy. I don't know who that is.
Andy's. Oh.
Number 2, firework chaos in the shed, timestamp 5:58 to 6:06. Quote, last time I set off a firework, it literally blew up my mom's car. But fuck it, we ball. It censored it. All right. Number 3, LeBron is daddy, chat spam, timestamp 3:38 to 3:46. Quote, holy bleep, LeBron is daddy. Who the bleep is this guy? And then it's saying why it works. It's absurd, out of context humor. Shed smoke inhalation struggle. Timestamp 13:05 to 13:14. Dude, I'm inhaling too much smoke, but F it, we ball. All right, we're going on a quick ride. 30 seconds, I'll show you something. There's 100 pounds of explosives in here, but it's safe, I swear. I got raided by 22 people, so I let off a firework in my house. My TV's blank. Worth it. Donald Trump called reporters pretending to be John Barron to lie about his net worth, and it worked. That was probably the internet, probably not you. They built ships out of concrete. Why? I watched that video. Yeah. I watched the concrete video.
It's a great video.
It's a great video. It's a great video. I'm a handsome young fella. I slick my hair back for confidence.
Oh, dude.
Watch me risk my life for 22 viewers. Yeah.
You did it. So now, Jack.
And this works for all of them. This works for all of them.
You did it, Jack.
This works for all of them. I want to know. Yeah, I could do this for all of them. DeepSeek is free, by the way. I use a paid version of ChatGPT, but honestly, DeepSeek was even faster. It's free. It's just free. It's free.
Jack, you did it.
Have you ever used DeepSeek? I'm gonna link this to you. No. Okay. I'm going to link you the right website. I'm going to give everything to you in the Discord general chat.
Bro, this is game changing.
And then I'm going to show you, this is where you find the transcript button.
You do this with your videos, it's just as good. It has to be. It's probably even better.
Well, yeah, I don't know necessarily. It might even be better with yours because you have just more content.
But this was like, my whole plan, when I pitched it to my dad, because, my dad's, instead of college, I'm doing this. And I was pitching it to my dad. I was like, Dad, I'm live streaming for a year. I know it sounds retarded, but this is my plan. I said, well, the whole idea, and it kind of just fell apart right in my face. But I was like, fuck it, I'm doing 1 year. And it was, I can put this into AI and I can have a bunch of clips. and then I just have like an insane amount of content that I can just post. And then, I realized, with Munch AI, or the AI just wasn't there yet.
Well, the problem with it is that you get sucked into thinking, because these companies want you to think that the only way for you to get AI to do a specific task is to pay the specific task AI company. And it's going to be decades before that stuff actually.
It does it all automatically.
It doesn't. Opus Clip and Munch AI. It's too much for them. They can't actually handle the true workload. But if you break it down, you have to understand these companies wouldn't exist if it weren't for large language models. The forefront of artificial intelligence is in OpenAI's ChatGPT, Google's Gemini, and DeepSeek, and a couple others are the top, the ones that shift from first place all the time in day-to-day happenings, the ones that have giant stock evaluations. So when you go and you want to use AI, you have to make sure you're not using fucking some watered down, it's almost like these companies clip AI, you understand? And it's not going to be as efficient or effective.
Yeah, they just copy it.
You don't there are these companies that sell this let AI plan your day. You could just chatgpt.com plan my day, and it's going to do it better than this. You got to stay with what's actually going on. And DeepSeek, I think, is a fantastic. DeepSeek is incredibly efficient, as you just saw. Did you see how fast I got those answers?
Bro, you weren't even waiting.
Think about how long it would be to actually watch. It would be at minimum 10 hours to watch a 10-hour video. Minimum. You could speed it up.
I've edited 2,400 hours straight, raw dog. It took me weeks, brother, to find clips like that. Man. And I didn't even find that many clips. It wasn't even that good.
With great tools come great responsibility. It's important. It is important to, in this moment right here, for you not to take this as a reason to work less. This should have you thinking that you should work more.
Let's go, Jack. Let's go, bro. Okay, so, and I have something to add. I made an observation. I was looking at, so whenever you see a clip of Andrew Tate or fucking, what's his name? That one guy. Whoever, that you keep on seeing clips that keep on popping, that guy that keeps on popping up on your feed.
Yeah.
Go and click on the sound and you will see a million, or not a million, but you'll see 9 different videos, same exact video, same exact sound. And most of them have 0 views or 4 views, but then some of them have a shit ton of views, 1 million or 100,000. Or so what they do is they have 9 accounts. Listen to this. They have 9 accounts and they post the same exact good clip 9 different times. And then eventually the algorithm will pick it up and boost it. So if you actually have a good clip, you're better off just posting it the same exact time over and over and over and over again, but on different accounts. That's what they do.
Really?
So what we do now?
Wait, how do you know it's not 8 different people trying to get rich off of one account's clip?
It's the same. If it is, then it's the same thing. We don't have the money to pay people, so we could just do it manually. It'd be the same. Okay. It'd be the same. You get the same result. It's the same thing. For them, they're not doing that. They don't have 9 accounts. They have enough money to pay people to do it. All we have to do is keep on doing that until we can afford to pay people to do that. And then bada boom, bada bang. I mean, dude, it's a fucking content machine. You're pumping out so much content. It's impossible, bro. It's impossible for it not to work. That's the whole idea.
This is one of those special episodes that I never hit stop recording on because it just we flew over we're at the 1 hour 10 minute mark. Do you think we should end it off now? I don't know. I think probably because
one thing. This is exactly what I was trying to. I was bro, this is exactly where all your work feels. I was telling Sarah, I was Jack told me something, and then I just thought about it when you briefly mentioned it. And I was telling Sarah, I was Sarah, all this time you work so hard and you go nowhere, and it feels so pointless for so long. I don't mean to be too optimistic, but
And I don't think you've
Like-
gone nowhere. I was just talking about this for a whole episode.
I mean, and they got to see it all like this. I mean, come on, dude. This is a huge development. Either way, I don't see this.
Yeah, but I can't be the first person to figure this out. But it would take a lot. I mean, the population is like, this is very much like a late game. Like to figure this out, you would first have to be in the position to have and credit, because a lot of people are stuck trying to figure out, well, how do I film myself for this long every day? Like that's the first hurdle. And like that, a lot of people don't get over that. So I will say that this is like, it's exciting because we're pushing towards a niche.
1%. I know that for fucking sure.
Oh yeah.
Content filmed wise.
Yeah.
We're in the top 1%. I mean, maybe 0.5.
Yeah.
In how much we film each other and I mean, dude, I
think you're way higher than me just because I don't stream. I don't stream
24/7. Yeah, that's the whole best. But no other human even gets remotely close to you, Jack. Not even close. No one's crazy enough. You know, no one's crazy enough to do that. That's no one is. Like you weren't getting like up until you do get the result that you want, which you will. It seems pointless. I mean, even me doing this up until like even now, everybody was just like, Griffin, stop streaming. Just focus on what's working, what's doing it. I'm like, no, like that is not like, and they'll see why we did it. And I think this is a huge step forward into proving why we do it.
Okay, episode's over because I have to look at my phone.